All right, guys, thanks for joining us today. This is Tim Lauer with the Tim Lauer Podcast, coming to you live from Island Time Studios. Today we got a special guest with us, Casey Buckner, owner of a couple different businesses. Two that I'm going to mention real quick, Flip Flop Vacation Rentals, and then Surfside Shuttle. Welcome to the program, Casey.
Thanks for having me on. Excited to finally be up on here.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Definitely so.
Yeah,
Definitely.
so kind of tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so again, my name's Casey. My family, my wife and I were originally from Birmingham, so in the middle of COVID and all that happening, we decided, hey, life's already crazy, let's just go live down at the beach. So moved down here almost 3 years ago now. Kind of had the idea of, hey, we'll like split half our time in business up in Birmingham and half down here. Very quickly learned, hey, we want to stay down this way. Not only was the drive getting too much, but when it's beautiful weather, we'd cross the bridge off Orange Beach and be like, we're ready to be right back down. So decided pretty quickly, hey, let's just move everything to down here. So kind of started out, was just doing residential real estate sales, then kind of found a niche into property management. So got into short-term property management with Flip Flop.
Okay.
Started that up with myself and then my parents as well. So got an awesome little family business going. And then from that, we saw a need for the Surfside Shuttle for transportation, all that down here. So started that up as well. So now we're just we're gearing up for the busy summer season. So
okay, cool. How far away are we from the busy season?
We are, what's today? Yeah, we are just over a week. Okay. So Hangout is next week, and that's when the chaos begins. So nice. We get to deal with all the glitter of Hangout. Then we have Memorial Day the next weekend.
Okay.
And then it's right off to the races. So,
gotcha. So if you're local, probably enjoy this next week, going out to your favorite restaurant, different things, and then get ready to kind of...
Yeah, go enjoy the beach while it's nice and quiet, the restaurants and all that. We literally, like us and then some other, friends and business owners we know, everybody's going out of town last week, this week, because it's like, we went up to Birmingham, saw some family, it's like, see you in about 3 months, and that's about it. So,
that's right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So moved down here from Birmingham, didn't know a lot of people in the area. What did you do to get your business started?
Yeah, so when we moved down, we literally knew nobody down here. There was one or two people that through the years we kind of knew of, but nobody we knew. Literally one of the first things we did was get plugged in with the chamber. So we started out with the Coastal Alabama Business Chamber, and now we're with the South Baldwin Chamber as well. Because we figure, there's no better way to get plugged in than to be with people that are already in business, people that you can have connections with and all that. So that was really the first step, and then we started making videos, finding other local business leaders and things like that we've done, videos with, and it was kind of a good way for us to meet the community, because there'd be people that we didn't know, so we're like, hey, we'd love to highlight your business, and of course to them we're probably like, who the heck are you, but sure, come on, we're giving them free advertisement, stuff like that. So started just kind of highlighting local business. It also gave us a good way to not only meet the businesses, but also learn the area. So we got to, learn, some of the good restaurants and some of the good businesses and some of the good people to do business with. But a lot of it was with the chamber. Again, our first chamber meeting, probably like your first, you walk in and know absolutely nobody. Now it's like over half the room, you get to see. And at our last First Friday Forum, it's like you've run out of time to get to, see all the people now. So it's just awesome, in a short time, the relationships and all that you get to build. So
that's great. Yeah, that's huge and great way to just kind of jump in.
Yeah,
ready to go. So you got to have a little bit of confidence and drive to come down, not knowing anybody, and start a new business. So that's huge. Yeah. Talk about how that felt. Was it? Yeah, scary. Was it a little bit?
Definitely so. It's kind of interesting because myself, my wife, we went to high school, college, all that up in Birmingham. That's all we ever knew. I would watch other business leaders and owners and social media people like Gary Vee even, and he'd be like, if you came to an area and you knew nobody, these are the steps you take. And I always thought, well, that's crazy. This was our whole life is here and all that. Yeah. And then one day we're like, let's just go for it. And it was kind of like a social experiment. Hey, let's see. Literally, like the show Grant Cardone was on, where they literally drop you in the middle of nowhere. Nobody, have no connections. Now we didn't build $1 million business in like 90 days or whatever he did, but getting there. But it was really like, hey, come into this area where you know nobody. So yeah, it was definitely challenging. I mean, the first year plus was really just getting our feet wet. You get a lot of no's, you get a lot of free time that you're putting into people. All their stuff we do, like we're not getting paid to run these different channels. We're not getting paid to do all these things. Where a lot of times you're actually paying to do it. If you want to go highlight a restaurant, you're paying to give them free advertisement. So again, it's a lot of hard work, a lot of grinding and things like that. But yeah, it was just kind of something was always inside stirring up. That was like, hey, what would it be like if we just came into a new area and made it happen? So yeah.
So Flip Flop Vacation Rentals, you guys acquired this company when you at some point after you moved down here.
Yeah.
How many rentals did you start off with?
So yeah, it was kind of actually on a whim. Again, we had it was about 6 months after Hurricane Sally. It was actually my dad's barber, which is now my neighbor. He was like, hey, I know this guy that has a rental company, and his health's getting real bad and all that, and he's looking to kind of move on and all that. So okay, so that kind of started the conversation. Again, pretty much completely out of the blue. Really wasn't the thought that really wasn't the plan that we thought or the course we thought we were going to take. But got presented the opportunity. Met with Tim over the course. Like, okay, he's got a nice business. It's about 25 properties. This is nice. We talked for a couple months. Now it's summer a couple years ago, and turns out it was. The 25 turned into one property. That's all it was.
Wow.
So we end up, instead of really buying a business, we bought a name.
Okay.
Which was awesome. Which we love Flip Flop because it's iconic down here. It's so funny because we walk in so many condos and they literally have some type of Flip Flop picture up in a condo.
Right.
So it's just iconic with being down here. So kind of bought the name. The one property it came with was actually the old owner's, and he foreclosed on it like right before we bought the business or bought the name. So we ended up with zero at the time of closing.
Wow.
And then we got that owner that foreclosed on it. He felt bad for us, so he gave us the property right back to manage. So that was our very first one. And then so that was 2 summers ago.
And how many are you up to now?
So yeah, that was 2 summers ago. Last summer we were at 10 at about this time last year.
Okay.
And now we just signed. We're just short of 55 now.
Wow!
So
awesome.
It's been good. It's been a grind. The off seasons has been great. So we got honored a couple months ago, winning one of the Best of Baldwin awards for best property management company in Baldwin County, and I feel like that kind of helped give us some credibility because you have owners that you meet and they like you and they trust you, but you still look somewhat newer and fresher. It's like, okay, can these people handle it? Well, getting things like that is, it kind of gave some more, dedication or showed our dedication, showed that we had what it takes, and so that was awesome. So it's been a good off season. We now hired our first full-time guy with us, Brian, and he's just helped take us to the next level and put in systems and processes that we needed. Because last summer, even with 10, we were running around with our heads cut off.
Yeah.
And it was like we need some systems as we grow and get bigger. So
that's right. That's important.
Yeah. So
you can run 100 and it'll feel like 10 if you got the right systems.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. So it's kind of it's a different type of busy. We're not doing the day-to-day check-in, check-out guests, but now instead of 10 owners, it's 50 owners we're dealing with, and that means it's 50 properties that have problems. And we always say it's almost never that you're going to have the property, the owner, and the guest that is all happy and satisfied. There's always going to be a problem with one of the three.
Yeah.
So the bigger you get, the more problems there are and things like that you have to take care of. But
more money, more problems.
That's right. That's right. But we're happy to do it. You really have to stop sometimes. It's the same show in condos. You get into the rut of, hey, I'm checking for, is the pull-out sofa cleaned? Are there sheets? You're running through checking condos, and sometimes you forget to look out the Gulf and see, like, wow, like, this is what we get to do. Like, it's just awesome. So it kind of makes it worth it.
Right.
In between crazy phone calls and stuff.
Yeah,
So
tell us a little bit about how people can book with you.
Yeah, so you can book online with us. So flipflopvacay.com is our website. So with that, we have a chat feature also with the website, which is awesome. And then
is it AI chat?
It is not AI chat, but it's
Okay,
actually, we're talking to a couple different companies to get some AI integration in and things like that. So we have them all kind of broken down. Again, yeah, you can see if you want Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Fort Morgan,
That's right,
beachfront,
be quick and
condos,
dog
houses,
friendly right there.
So that's the one everybody loves, but the the owners don't love it as much because it's a lot of beat up on the house. So we actually have a couple more pet friendly that are coming to the area.
Okay.
So a lot of people, they love the beachfront, so we always send, hey, here's the beachfront link and things like that. So I'll give the credit to my wife. She does an awesome job, always updating. We kind of did some updates to our logo and things like that.
Okay,
So,
nice.
getting all that done, and she's always updating our website and things like that. So, but yeah,
Perfect.
that's the easiest way. You can chat. We have our chat that's always at the bottom of the website. And then we also have email, Facebook, things like that as well. So, so
Definitely got a great online presence. You just put Flip Flop Vacations into the search bar, something will come up.
Yep.
Facebook, this.
Yeah.
I just did, and I got a few different things, but pretty easy to book online.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's one thing. Even credit to the chambers. We had kind of some problems to get like Google verified to get our address and all that. So when you would Google us, there would be just random stuff would pop up. Well, literally, slowly, the chamber website, it was coming up first and higher up. So it was helping our search activity and all
good.
that
Awesome.
until we finally kind of built our own search out and things like that. So that's kind of cool. I always give them credit for it.
And
So
SEOs do great.
yeah.
Cool. So Flip Flop Vacation Rentals, looking for a couple days, looking for a week.
Yep.
Probably even Snowbirds, maybe looking for a month or two. Hit them up on the website, give them a call.
Yeah.
Let's get into your other business.
Definitely so.
Surfside Shuttle.
Yes, sir. So that's our newest adventure. So again, this time last year, we were at about 10 properties with Flip Flop. Not that we were getting bored with that, but we were like, hey, we had, I guess, a little extra time to start something else. And we were really looking around for what does this area really need. We picked up a couple houses and things like that. Then we were like, we saw a big need for transportation.
Okay.
Not only airport, we've been hearing about the Gulf Shores Airport for a while, but everybody right now is mostly flying into Mobile and mostly Pensacola.
That's right.
So we had guests that were like, okay, well, how do I get from the airport to the condo? We picked up a couple big houses, and it was like, okay, well, now you have 15 people. They want to go out and eat at night. They want to go out to the Floribama. They want to go do things like that. And they were asking us, because we're kind of a built-in concierge service. We're gonna get all the questions and all that. So, but again, saw the need for it. So we started up the shuttle about Mardi Gras of last year.
Okay. Nice.
Fortunately, with Flip Flop, that grew a little bit ahead of pace than we thought, and we were like, man, we need some help. We can't be splitting between both businesses, so we brought on a couple business partners with Surfside Shuttle and kind of made that more of a team effort just to really advance the transportation, all that on every side down here. So literally with Surfside, we do everything, again, from airport trips, we do corporate events. We've recently gotten into not only weddings, but also when these big events and all that happen, like at the hotels, and they want to go out and take the executives out to dinner, or they want to go to the Floribama or something. We coordinate with them, doing all their executive corporate parties and things like that. Of course, we do the typical bachelorette trips and things like that everybody likes. And then about this time last year, we launched the original Bushwhacker Tour.
That's awesome. Tell us
So
about that.
So again, you go to Nashville, bachelorette capital of the world. They have all these, bar hopping tours and cruises and all the different, types of things. We don't really have anything event centered like that down here. Especially, there's some on the water, but there's none for if it's raining out or if it's cold, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So we're like, well, we already have a shuttle. Why not take this to the next level and start a Bushwhacker tour? So
Nice.
for people that don't know, the Bushwhacker, of course, everybody says they have the original.
Yeah,
Everybody
or the
thinks,
best one.
or the best
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
So we were like, that's kind of what our area is known for. So let's go take people around to places that not only have a good Bushwhacker, but also have a fun view. So right now it's based out of Orange Beach, where we'll go to a couple different places like Tacky Jack's and Oso and Avenue Pub, and normally people now the new Coastal has their Bushwhacker machines in, so that kind of has a beach view. And then everybody loves the Floribama. So we normally in there, they normally have a band going and things like that. So really fun. We're up to 15 people. We'll literally come to where you are.
Wow.
So, if you're staying all the way down in Fort Morgan, obviously you don't want to drive to us, go drink for a couple hours, and then have to drive back. So we will literally come to you, pick you up, take you to 4 or 5 of the top different stops and things like that, and then bring you right back to your condo or to your house after. So that blew up more than we thought it would. I mean, we knew it was
attention from media.
It's been crazy just the attention we got. And I think our first week of posts, we reached over 200,000 people with it. Different
How many bushwhacker tours have you guys given?
Gosh, I would have to say. Probably close to 75 now.
Wow.
So it's been picking up, and we probably have at least that many that are starting to get booked out for this summer. Because we really launched it about this time last year. So
it's really out.
So we kind of
back this season.
Right. So we had some people that tried it out during summer, some springtime or fall time, and now spring. But I think this summer, especially, we just had that article in AL.com, and we had people literally when that article came out, they started booking for the summer.
Wow.
And then stuff even coming up over the next couple of weeks with a couple news organizations talking about it, and I'm like, well, we didn't realize how great of a thing this was, but people love it, and we have to say, there's other shuttle companies down here, and we all work together. We kind of all have our different areas we do. We kind of say we're more of the custom tour type company. We're not the booze buggy, the booze cruise where we're not sitting out the Floribama at 3 a.m. picking up drunk people and taking them home. We will if you need to, but kind of our style and what we do is literally taking, doing these more tour type events where people can book, and you don't have to go drink bushwhackers. Some people are like, this is 4 bushwhackers, I'm going to drink all 4. And then all right, you'll have fun. But then, again, we're going to places that have a cool place. They usually have a band going. You can just sit out and have a good time. So many people, it's their first time to the area. They don't know some of these hidden gems or restaurants and things like that. Yeah. So we're getting to show them parts of the area and help out other business owners, which, I love that aspect of it and things like that as well. So, yeah, it's been a big hit. So, again, we do that. And then we'll just do it regular if you just want to go bar hop. Okay. It's funny, last fall time, we had multiple days where we had 2 different buses now that will go do those. And one had a bushwhacker tour and one had a kid's birthday party. Okay. So it was like literally every end of the spectrum. From kids' birthdays, they'll go out like to the factory or something like that and go have fun and go get pizza and come back. And we just say have at least one chaperone on board because our driver can't take care of your kid. We're not babysitting this. So, but all the way from that to again doing the bushwhacker tours. We did a neighbor of mine, his wife's birthday party. He surprised her with that last weekend. So literally try to cover every end of the spectrum. So
cool. Yeah. So one thing I love is you start off with the real estate. They got a vacation, which kind of are all in the same realm.
Yep.
And then added on the shuttle bus.
Yep.
The Surfside shuttle. So how important is it as an entrepreneur, to have multiple streams of income, but then also create almost like businesses that all complement each other?
Right.
Because you see that need and you're able to come in and handle that need.
Right. No, I mean, I think it's so important, especially, this day and age. I guess it's always been like that, but even coming into the next, couple years of, there could be some financial uncertainty and things like that. You never want all your eggs tied into one basket.
That's right.
Even if you're buying rentals, if you're going to buy 2, normally say, hey, we'll put 1 in Gulf Shores, 1 in Orange Beach. Just spread out in case there's storms or in case, you never know what's happening and things like that. So I think diversity is, great and looking for, different things, but then also doing what you like doing what or at least what you can learn. And then it's a bonus if they tie together. So yeah, again, when you go into our flip-flop unit, we're advertising the shuttle. When you're at the shuttle, then we're talking to people, hey, if you need a place to stay next year, then we have a management company. So, being able to tie those in together is just an awesome bonus on top of it all. But
that's great.
Just like you've done with everything. I think yesterday you posted or something, one of your old Home Boss commercials, and cool just to see, you kind of start there, and then as that, then you kind of grow and you grow your different streams of income and things like that. So I think it's important, you know,
and
especially
they all kind of intermingle.
Right. And you don't even have to do it all yourself. Again, we were getting spread thin about this time last year, so we brought on partners, just like you would with the real estate deal and other things. You know, obviously you want to talk to your attorneys, get something worked out that's beneficial to everyone.
That's right.
But even having a little piece of multiple businesses is awesome because you're still diversifying. You can help in, so it's not like you have to do it all yourself. You know, you can, you know, choose the right partners, which I think we've done with some strategic partners that have helped us out too. So. Yeah.
And the great thing with that entrepreneurial spirit is, like, you as a vacation owner, management company rental, you could have looked at that problem and complained about it. How come they don't have better shuttle services down in this area or something else? But instead of doing that, you saw the opportunity to jump in yourself,
right,
and create what you wanted out of it.
It's like, if we got to send somebody somewhere, might as well send them to us. So you know,
that's right.
Yeah. So I mean, I think like you said, always looking for opportunities. That's why I love this town and these cities so much. Is I get when we first moved down, everybody told us everybody down here that owns a business is a real estate agent or is retired. So, so it was like, well, there you go. But I think just this whole community has a sense of entrepreneurship and all that, which I loved, and why the chamber, I feel like, has been so great. And we had partners where when we launched, maybe what we were doing with the Surfside didn't pertain to certain people, but or with Flip Flop. But then when we opened Surfside, it's like, hey, well, now we can, you know, we had partners in place where I could go to, you know, like the hotels and say, hey, obviously you have a hotel that doesn't really go, you know, us and Flip Flop, there's not much to work together, but hey, now we have this shuttle opportunity, and we formed an awesome partnership with that we've done multiple event shuttlings and things like that. So again, I think diversifying and like you said, then also with the people you know and all that, because you never know when you're going to help each other out, when you're going to need each other, and what your future is going to be like. So yeah,
absolutely. So what do you say to an entrepreneur that's looking, that has this dream of starting their own business, getting out of maybe like a 9-to-5 or a grind that they've been in, and kind of cutting everything and starting over? What's your advice to them?
I would say to go for it. Of course, you know, everybody's in a different situation. You know, obviously, if you need 100% of your salary every single month to make a living because you have a family and kids and all this stuff riding on you, there's still a way to go for it without just flat out quitting and then putting your family in a bad situation.
Right.
You know, there's things you can do, you know, like after hours. And again, you can have some money to maybe invest with a group of people and grow that way. But so again, everybody's situation is a little different. But in the end, like I said, it was right when COVID started, and we were like, it's already the craziest time of everything going on. So let's just go for it. So I would say that, and then I would say again, be smart with the business, with the people you do business with you know, how you approach it, having a game plan ready. Again, once we decided to make the move, it took a couple months to get our affairs in order, get everything moved down. But I was kind of already establishing a game plan for getting plugged in with the chamber, for you know, making videos with different business owners and business leaders. We were doing that up in Birmingham, and we're seeing some great, you know, advertisement feedback. So I was like, Birmingham's great, but down here it sells itself. I mean, when you're sitting with the business owner and you're sitting at the wharf with the yachts in the background, it's like it sells itself. So I would say to have that game plan. Again, obviously, the bigger your family is, the more your needs are and things like that, then, you know, you really need to have an even better game plan and a system set up. Otherwise, you're just going to be broke and desperate in 6 months and ready to quit and go back to your 9-to-5. So getting that ready, but then again, just going for it, take the risk. You know, especially to the younger generation, the younger people down here. I'm a part of the young professionals and get to be the chairman for the young professionals this year, and it's been awesome to see just in 3 years how big that community has grown of younger people in the area. Which of course we'd love to have you out and come join us. So
young professionals is under 40,
21 to 40.
a wide range.
Right, it's a wide range, and we always tell people a lot of the events we do, you don't have to be young or professional, so you can come to them. So we're doing an awesome beach cleanup with Floribama in June, and then we're doing a young professional only bowling event.
Okay.
Sponsored by Blue Water. Megan, that was here a couple weeks ago. They're sponsoring that. So
awesome.
It's been cool to see, to get younger generation together. We literally had one where, of the task force, there was an agent that brought us the property. So he got the sale, we got the property management, another one that did the photography, and another one that's doing the maintenance.
Nice.
So it's like cool to see that we get to kind of work together.
That's awesome.
Right. And so I think, back to your question, especially to the younger people, to not get caught up in what, hey, everybody says you should do this, you should go to college, you should find your dream job at 22, which nobody does. You should, especially if you're younger, if you're newly married or not married yet, you have a lower risk. You have your whole life that, if you go all out for 10 years and it doesn't work out, well, then you're still 30 or 35. You still have your whole life to build it. So even more so to the younger people is just go for it, take a chance. Again, I think it's great. Make sure you form those partnerships and business partnerships and things like that as well. But then literally the people of all age, taking the risk. And I mean, heck, my dad, that's my partner with Flip Flop, I mean, he did it at 55, I guess, quit, what he had always done his whole life, took a risk and took a gamble. So it's never too young, but you're also never too old to make it happen. So
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Casey, I want to thank you for coming out today.
Thanks for having
me.
You
guys looking for a vacation rental in Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Fort Morgan, anywhere on Alabama's Gulf Coast, give them a call, Flip Flop Vacation Rentals, and you got to check out the Bushwhacker Tour with Surfside Shuttle when you're doing your vacation.
It's a blast. So we got something for everybody. So
awesome.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on.
Casey.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it, man.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.